Hey, oh, there we go. Welcome back. It was very nice meeting you guys yesterday, and today we are super excited. You guys are about to embark on your very first session in this summer session, so we're excited about that. I won't be before you too long. I just want to remind you all of what we talked about yesterday as far as the expectations for all of our scholars when it comes to our student engagement part for all of you all. So, definitely remember, we would like all cameras to be turned on before our instructor takes on the lead of tonight's session. So let me just give you a few minutes to get that all together. Turn your cameras on, remembering how important attendance is, and definitely engagement, whether you're dropping questions or comments in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Or unmuting, responding to questions, sharing experiences. Remember, this is going to be what you all make of it. So if you're engaged and having fun, best believe that's how it will be received. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over. Chef Dre, do you have anything to say before we hand it over to Chef Roberson?
Welcome, welcome. I'm excited for you guys to be here. Let's get to learning. Let's go. Chef Roberson, it's your class, my friend.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Chef Roberson. I'm going to try to be as prompt and as thorough as possible tonight. It is a lot to learn. If you all could turn cameras on, as they reminded us, they've got some really cool rewards for you to participate. So we're going to start by participating, by everybody giving me a big thumbs up or a wave or a high five to the screen to let me know you can hear me. Point to your ear, like, I got you, Chef. So I'll tell you who I am, and in a minute, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and everybody's going to tell me who they are. I met some of you yesterday, or probably all of you, but we're going to do it again today just as a refresher. Then I'm going to walk you through what we're doing tonight, and I'm going to try not to ramble, stay on time. I hope you have a pencil, a piece of paper, something to write on. If not, then you need to scramble, get it as quick as possible, because I'm going to give you some information tonight. I'll make this accessible to, I've already made this PowerPoint accessible to Chef Andre, and maybe they'll share with you all the information. So in a minute, I'm going to share my screen. But I'm Chef Rob. I am going into my 15th year of education. You'd be interested to know I used to be a cafeteria manager before I started teaching in the classroom. So that was probably the coolest experience ever, working in cafeteria first. My nickname was the cafeteria lady man. So you know how all the students go, "Hey, cafeteria lady." So I was a cafeteria lady man. So for about 5 years, because I worked at 2 different schools. And that was a pretty cool experience. That is what gave me a love for working with young people. Besides being on my staff in a restaurant, now I got to see them up close and personal. So tonight we're talking about hospitality and service. We're going to kick this whole summer series off with the nuts and bolts of hospitality and service. So I have one big question, if you can write this down. What is hospitality? It's 2 questions, really. You can put it in one sentence. What is hospitality? Question mark, and service. What is service? Right? We all want great service when we go out to eat, go out to buy something, but we never really think about hospitality and how that, if we get bad service, then we will go back to, man, that was a horrible experience. So tonight, I want to give us a groundwork, the foundation, so as we move forward through this entire summer course and the rest of your career, you'll have something to work with. So you'll know when you go out and you talk to people that you know the difference between hospitality and service, that you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, you know what you're getting into, because this is a great career if this is what you choose. It's an awesome career. It's rewarding, pays a lot of money. Some jobs don't pay a lot of money, but I didn't do it for the money. Now I don't. I do it for the joy of it. But I thought it was for the money. And so we want to teach you all those great things starting tonight. So again, Chef Rob, been doing this about 12 years in the classroom. All my students, well, 99% of my students love me. I have a few, they're not on the Chef Rob bus. So, but I'm cool with that too. So I'll stay on you about your cameras and participating and all those good things. And so this is my first time using Zoom. We're a Teams-based program, so but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna let Tina in, and then here we go. I'm gonna share my screen with you all, and then I'm looking for it. It was there a minute ago.
Yeah, just so you know, we'll let all the people in. You don't have to worry about that. You
Okay.
just focus on the class.
You know what? I'm looking for that share button now, brother. Oh, I see it. It's green. I got you. All right, cool. I got it. So I'm going to share my PowerPoint with you all first. And we're going to go through the PowerPoint and make sure my sound is on. And I'm going to go back and put it in slide for you all. Isn't that a song? Slide, a dance, something like that.
You mean like the electric slide, Chef? No,
Yeah, like the electric slide. I try to be cool. I'm really not, I am cool, but I'm old cool. Like y'all probably wouldn't understand it. I'm old cool, like old school cool. I got it, babe. Now my wife is there trying to help me. You know, that's when you know you're really old, because people come and like, oh, let me help this dude out. Maybe I don't have it. So I'll click on one. You know, me and Chef Blossom Game had this down, and it was really smooth. It was working too smooth, Chef.
Literally just went through it, but that's how it goes.
Literally.
Actually, go over to yeah, you don't have it there. Actually, click where it says new slide.
New slide. No, it's gonna give me a new slide.
You can go to slideshow and it'll.
I was looking for slideshow. It didn't show me
Yeah, it's up
slideshow.
at the top
Right there.
Go to-
Oh man.
Appreciate you.
Boy, I thought we were gonna be here for another 30 minutes trying to figure that out, y'all. Oh, thank you. That's what prayer is for. All right, so this is the service and hospitality class. This right here gets in my way. Hospitality and service. I'm from the Ben Barber Innovation Academy here in Mansfield, Texas. And on my first slide, I want to give you all something that it took me a long time to learn because no one really explained it to me. It's pineapples and about the pineapple in hospitality and the tradition of the pineapple. And it's a really rich tradition of service and hospitality, not so much service, but making people feel warm and welcome. And I used to see chefs walk around with pineapples on their chef coats and pineapples all around hotels that I worked in. But nobody stopped to say, hey, this is why we have these pineapples. And it wasn't until I started teaching restaurant management and culinary arts and started learning the history for myself that I learned about these pineapples. And so the tradition of the pineapple in short has been internationally recognized as a symbol of hospitality. And so pineapples back in years and years, 100,000 years ago, pineapple was a delicacy and it was given to kings and queens as a treat. And so people would take pineapples to them as a sign of, hey, I'm friendly and I want to take care of you and I want to be your friend and I want to have break bread with you, right? And so they would take them these pineapples. So it's a sign of friendliness, warmth, cheer, graciousness, and conviviality. So just being a gracious host. And so when you think about the food service industry, you think about hospitality, that's what we do. That's who we are. We are in the people business, right? So as we go through this course, that's one thing that we want to keep in mind. So we're in the people business, no matter what type of people we serve, no matter how difficult they are, because we can be difficult people as well. So therefore, we have to understand what we're getting into. So I've talked enough. So now it's time for my class to introduce themselves. And I think I learned from most of you yesterday why you chose to be a part of this boot camp. Some of you say your mom talked to you about it, and a few of you talked about how you want to use this for your future. Someone said they wanted to learn some social skills. Someone said that they plan on being a chef. Someone said that they wanted to have their own hairdressing business. And so this is great. Even if you're not going to be a chef or a restaurateur, the things that we talk about tonight are transferable to any career in the world. Because the one thing that I learned about working in the hospitality industry is that if I can work with people, I can work with people in any field. Doesn't matter where I go. Doesn't matter if I want to be an auto mechanic or a doctor or a lawyer. I have to learn how to take care of people first, because especially if I want to own a business or I want to run a business. If I can't get along with people or I can't take care of people, I might as well not do anything near and say I want to be in any kind of ownership or anything, because I will never make what I think I'm going to make, because I'm not a people person. And so those are skills that we can learn. So now it's time for you all to open up your mics and just, quickly tell me who you are and what is one interesting fact that you would like to share with the group, as well as one thing that you've done in high school up until this point, middle school, junior school, that's hospitality or service related. What have you done? So what qualifies you to say, yeah, you know what, I did something like that. So we can go ladies first if the guys want to be gracious Southern gentlemen and be hospitable, or somebody could just jump in. So volunteer or voluntold, however y'all want to do it.
We do have a new student that missed orientation.
Oh, so that's
Hunter
voluntold.
Westmoreland. So I'm thinking maybe we'll start with Hunter.
Hunter, it is. All right, Hunter. We're just going to take a minute, 90 seconds. One interesting fact and something you've done in high school or up until this point in your life that's hospitality related. Hunter there?
He's there on the screen, but he doesn't have his video up or his mic off.
Okay,
So
let's go
we'll
Christian then. That's who I
we'll
see
go to
next. Christian, can you go?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
What was the question?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, they're right there. You can do number two, number 1, 2, and 3. I think you did number 1 yesterday, but you can share with the class again very quickly why you chose to be a part of this boot camp. One interesting fact about you that you'd like to share with the group to help us know you better, and one thing you've done hospitality or service related up until this point.
Well, I chose to be in the boot camp because, well, my mom told me. So I got interested in it, and I was in the other program last summer. So I'm just continuing it now. And
Okay.
One interesting fact about me is I like cooking. That's one thing I like doing.
Okay.
And something that I've done in school, like hospitality related, is when we were in culinary, we would do fundraisers.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Thank you very much, Christian. Next we have CC. You there, CC?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay. One reason why I chose to be a part of this summer boot camp is because I like to cook and bake, but I mostly bake. And an interesting fact about me is I like to paint and do arts and crafts. And one thing I've done in school is help with like orientation with the new freshmen coming in. Like, and
Awesome.
help them and guide them.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you very much, CC. All right, Mr. Elijah.
All right, hi. One of the reason why I chose to be here is because one, my mom told me about it, and I wanted. Sorry about the background noise. I wanted to do something more, like learn more things about cooking or and hospitality and businessing and that. So that's why I chose to be here. And then my interesting fact is I was born in Virginia, which is about we went to Virginia, and they have pineapples there. And funny fact that you said about thing about pineapples is because that. And for my hospitality, I actually helped my mom's friend at a cookout, and I helped bring out food and all that. So yeah, that's my experience with that.
All right, cool. Thank you, Elijah.
You're
So
welcome.
who do we have next? Eric?
You got to come off mute, Eric.
He was talking. He was throwing it down.
Oh, there it is.
Up, you're back on mute.
Hang on. Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't do it. Is it better? Does it work?
Yeah, your brother's gonna have to be in two separate rooms.
Yeah,
Your mic's
yeah.
close. Is gonna always have that feedback. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
All right, there you go. Okay. So the reason why I wanna why I heard of this class was from my mom also, and the reason why I'm interested in it is because I want to own a restaurant one day, and the reason why my interesting fact is when I was little, I used to help my granny at a church fundraiser, I would say, by helping homeless people for Thanksgiving, and I help bring food out, and as my brother said, help people help my mom's friend at cookouts. So I've had some experience. Yeah, and my interesting fact is I like to tinker. I have I like to make things and create things. I have a very creativity mindset on things. So I hope to use it for this class and for my future. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
so I
you.
think, is that everybody? Chef Dre? I got Christian. Is Hunter there? Hunter? Nope. All right.
Yep, that's it as far as the students are concerned.
All right. So the reason why I wanted to know, and I think that's really awesome, serving people. One of the things that I really enjoyed about being in the hospitality industry is seeing people smile and helping them out. So I have to ask you all these, since you had some experience with hospitality and service, how did that make you feel, making them feel wanted? Or like when you were taking care of their needs, how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel special inside? Did it make you go, oh man, I really like doing this? Or, for me, when I first got in the restaurant industry, that made me feel really special, that I could make something or do something. It was just even washing dishes. If I had clean dishes, it made the chef feel great, and he didn't bother me, right? And so we were good. But my brother, he was kitchen manager at the time, and he was always giving me kudos, like, hey man, you do a really great job over there, and I never have to worry about that place. And I was just in high school, like a freshman, and to hear that from my big brother, it meant a lot for me, because I know my brother, he wasn't just going to tell me that, right? Because just because I was his brother, he got me a job, he wasn't going to sugarcoat with me the truth. If I was doing a bad job, he was going to tell me. And so it made me feel really good. And then when I started cooking, to see people smile from the things that I cooked, it just drove home that this was something I really wanted to do. And it made people happy and excited them. And coming from a big family, that made a huge difference for me. And so when we get into hospitality and service, there are a couple of objectives that we want to get from this to help you out with your career choice and where you're going in life. Is we have to define hospitality, we have to define service, and then we have to understand that there's a difference between the two. And then later on in the second segment, after you take your break, I'm going to talk to you about some of the skills that you need. Like, hey, what are some of the skills? What's the skill set? Like, if my wife says go this direction, what skill set do I need to do it? Right? Do I have the skill set? How do I hone the skill set now? So what is the definition of hospitality? I'm not going to ask you all to define that right now. What is the definition of service? Is there a distinct difference between hospitality and service? So I'm not going to ask you to define it for me. However, what I am going to ask you to do is to go into a room with one another, and I want you all in the breakout room to discuss hospitality and service and tell me what you think it is. And Chef Dre, since it's just those students, we can put them all in a room. And so here's what I want you all to do. I want you all to pick a spokesperson for your room, or you can have two. One can tell me what you think hospitality is, and one can tell me what you think service is. And just give me a quick definition of what you think each one of them, because they're different definitions for both. So we'll give you 4 minutes to do that, or 5, 4 to 5. So
Chef, I want to make sure you want all of them to just go to one breakout room, since it's what, 5?
yeah, we'll just go to one breakout room. So all 5 of them. Now, here, when you get in there, you got to introduce yourself, make sure you know each other, and then very quickly, someone can volunteer to be a spokesperson or say, hey, I'll take service, I'll take hospitality. Let's talk about it real quick, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes and we'll discuss it. And then I'm going to give you the real definition of hospitality and service, and we're going to go from there and talk about the rest of it for a few more minutes before we get to our first break. Cool?
All right. Hold on.
All
Let
right.
me create this
So-
breakout room.
You create the breakout room, and then we'll say 5 minutes, Chef.
Yep, we'll do 5 minutes.
5 minutes it is.
CC, Elijah, Christian, Eric, Hunter, and everybody else. Anybody on the board want to hop in? I don't want to put all 5 of us in one room with the 5 youth. Does anybody want to volunteer? I'll put them in the room with the youth.
If you want to go, I want to wait and see what they say.
Okay. Rosie, you want to hop in there?
Where's Jay Baker? Jay
Yes,
Baker,
Chef, I'm
get in
sorry.
there.
I can't write.
Okay, no
I've
problem.
done that before.
No, you good. I just wanted to make, because there's like 5 or 6 of us, and I was like, I didn't want to put everybody in the breakout room with them.
Put Jock in there, she'll regulate him.
No, I have to silence it because there's feedback.
Oh,
No problem.
I can go in there.
You want to that? All right. You have just been assigned.
I hopped back on. Seems like they were getting it together. They have their spokesperson. So I didn't want to stay in too long. I let them do it amongst themselves.
Yes, ma'am. Cool. All right.
And I didn't want to take up too much of their time. I was in there, what, maybe about a minute or two. So I would give that back to them because I was asking them questions so they didn't get a chance to brainstorm. Is Hunter supposed to be in the room?
I don't think he joined.
Oh,
He
let me,
assigned him, but he didn't join. He hasn't spoken yet.
okay, let me try to reach out to him. In the chat. Section of the charter. If you use the city charter outline.
All right, Sheriff Blossom game, has it been 5? Yes.
Sorry, yes?
He's in there. Oh, I think he's in the room.
Oh, he was. He did step in.
Okay.
If there's no time limit, let me see. Can I,
Yeah, I think the one he gave me had like 20 minutes on it. Like, I was
let
like,
me
oh,
see if I can add
Yeah,
myself.
but I gave the kids 5 minutes. I kept the manual time because for some reason it wouldn't adjust. So,
okay.
but now they're back. We're back in the
Okay,
room.
yeah.
All right, we're back. Okay. So I will get out of that. All right. So, all right, students, we are back. We'll go back. I need to go back, slide, go back. So, all right. So we have a spokesperson. Nope. Wait a minute. Where we go? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Did you guys want me to go first or no?
Who wants to go first?
For our, we picked for our spokesperson. For our spokesperson for service, we had Christian. For our spokesperson for hospitality, we had Cece.
Okay. You have CC. All right. So ladies first, CC.
Well, hospitality for us as a group is making sure that everybody has what they need and making them feel good, and it puts a smile on our face to make sure they're good and have everything they need,
All right.
and putting
Good.
less stress on them.
Yes. Oh man, you all are wonderful. I love hanging out with smart people. Wow. I feel smart now. All right, cool. Good job. All right, Christian.
Service is to give others what they need and to attend to person's wants or needs or cravings, and you'll serve them and help them and take the time out of your day to give what they want or need.
Awesome. You guys, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like hospitality is a feeling that's derived from service, right? And so when we get into this business, we definitely have to understand what we're doing and how we're navigating in this hospitality industry, because that's going to help us grow up the ladder and help us make career decisions. So awesome job. All of you are really, really smart. Before I go into the video, I was gonna play the video and then do definitions, but I'm gonna do definitions first. Sometimes you just have a thought to do something else different. So on my screen, it's kind of some very quick definitions of where these words come from. So hospitality comes from hospice. It's an old French word meaning to provide care and shelter for travelers. It also refers to the services people use or receive at hotels, restaurants, when away from home. It is the feeling a guest takes away from an operation that provides guest services. And that's what you just said. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and read the definitions first, because that's fresh in your mind. That's what they said. And then also hospitality is a relationship between a guest and a host, wherein the host receives the guest in a certain amount of goodwill, including the reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers. So when we look at hospitality in a whole, we look at ourselves being the host and taking care of people, right? And in doing so, what we need to do is train our people to take care of service. So as a chef or a general manager or a food and service director or a regional manager, my first job in the hospitality industry is to take care of my people, right? People always ask me how we had a successful restaurant or successful kitchen. Even now they ask me, a lot of times I get a lot of people call and they ask, how do you build successful teams with these high school students? Well, I take care of them. We're very hospitable. We build a culture around such that they feel like they're at home. We take care of their needs. When we know that after school, they're going to be hungry. So we make sure that there's food there for them to eat, because they ate lunch, they ate breakfast, they ate lunch, they come to school. So we serve them, right? It may be cooked, or we may say, hey, it's over in the reach-in, you guys can reheat it yourselves, take care of it before you start practice. So I am their host. I'm also their coach, their mentor, their teacher, but I'm first and foremost, I am the host. I am there to take care of them. I am there to make them feel welcome and wanted and to take care of their needs. They need a chef coat and they can't afford one. It's my job to try to find them one, because that's a need that arises. So now I get into being a servant as well. So it goes both ways, right? So, and then service is just the root word of service is serve, meaning to serve. I learned that a long time at home, being the youngest of 10 of 7 children and family of 10 people in the house with stepbrothers and other people, that you took care of one another. Something I learned in church a long time ago. You all learned it by serving the homeless and helping people at school. It is a very good skill to have. And then also in the restaurant, food service, hospitality related entities, we provide service to guests. And so I didn't want to get too much in the history of where hospitality comes from, because Chef Baker is going to go deep and take you back. And she's going to cover this. So I want to give you a high level. Hospitality dates 4,500 years before the Common Era, before we get that BC, before Christ. It is recorded that Sumerians who lived in what we now call Iraq, they had the first type of roadside inns and taverns where people were traveling along the road. They had what you will find in Chef Baker's class. They had certain soups and meals that were called restoratives that would help restore your body as you travel, because everybody was walking, riding a camel or a mule or a horse, or they were walking for miles and miles and miles. So they needed nourishment. So they could get that at these little inns. And then we find that in Europe and all throughout China and India, there were elements of hospitality for travelers in these inns and roadside services. But again, Chef Baker is going to cover that. So I'm going to go backwards, and I want you all to watch a video. And this young lady is going to kind of explain in depth a little bit in 3 minutes the difference between service and hospitality. And I want you to keep that with you, because where we're going next is we're going to look at some of the careers and talk about, hey, how do I qualify and how can I qualify for that? Now that I know the difference between the two, what's next, right? You have all these places, and now I'm going to tell you which direction you can go in. Hey, you got this side over here, you can go on this side over there. You get to choose. You're going to choose which direction you want to take your career, so you'll know the direction you're going in. All right, so let's play the video.
There's a big difference between service and hospitality, and here's why it's important to know. It's because service, even exceptional world-class service, will impact your guests only up to a certain point. To create what you want more than anything else, happy, loyal guests, you must also deliver genuine hospitality. Here's why. Service is the mechanical part of your job, like seating guests, taking orders, or delivering food. Service training is about learning timing, accuracy, and being efficient. Hospitality, on the other hand, is about making people feel welcome, expressing kindness, and showing that you care. It's uniquely personal to each guest. Hospitality is all about creating positive emotions. Good service depends on competence and skills. Genuine hospitality is expressed by being warm, friendly, and caring. Here is the big takeaway from these two concepts. Good service is expected and results in satisfaction at best. But guest satisfaction doesn't build loyalty. Hospitality, on the other hand, is where the magic is, because genuine hospitality touches people where it counts, at the emotional level. Hospitality is the experience of heartfelt caring and personal connection. Those warm feelings that says, this restaurant staff is delighted to see me and they really want me to have a great time. Knowing how service and hospitality are different, yet work in harmony, empowers you to give your guests a truly superior, even memorable experience. When you're competent and caring and are intentional in looking for ways to serve and connect with your guests, it shows. Guests see it, and even more importantly, they feel it. Here's one of my favorite quotes. We are attracted to products, places, people, and businesses, including restaurants, that make us feel good. An ongoing focus on delivering genuine hospitality can help you create more positive feelings with your guests. Here's one thing that you can begin doing today. Give every guest that walks into your restaurant the gift of hospitality. Smile, make eye contact, and say hello. This trio alone makes guests feel instantly acknowledged and welcomed. It's so basic, yet it's often missing, and it's one of the most powerful acts of genuine hospitality there is. If you are wearing a mask, a great addition would be to wave hello. Remember, the real opportunity to delight your guests lies in what you can offer them in addition to seamless service. While good service is essential, the key to creating more loyalty is delivering genuine hospitality to every guest. Creating those warm feelings through personal connection and showing how much you care is the surest way to create more happy, loyal guests and make your job more rewarding and fun.
So I'm going to ask this question of you students, before we move on. What place or places have made you feel that genuine connection through their hospitality and their service? In your young life, you've been somewhere that you just said, man, I got to go back there. I've got to go back there. Does anybody care to share? You think of a place, could be a restaurant, could be a movie theater, could be anywhere that you've been to. Doesn't necessarily have to be a restaurant, but
Can I go first?
yeah.
What first came to mind when I was watching the video was like thinking about when I go to like a hotel or to a restaurant, like when me and my family, because we have a big family. I'm the oldest of now 9. We had a new baby a month ago. So, but what makes me feel good about it was like seeing the like the person that was working in a cashier or a waiter that came by, and them like actually caring about what our order was or what like room we were staying at. It made me feel good to know that they truly cared about
Right.
what our needs were. So, and I wanted to bring that to others as well when I own my own restaurant one day. And the
That's
restaurant, yeah, and the restaurant that I feel like really good at was a small restaurant in Virginia. It's a Sal's restaurant. It serves cheesesteak subs. That's what we usually get. But it's always, whenever we go back to there, it's always that good feeling of like I know what I'm getting and I know like it's gonna be good all the time. So
Right. So that's pretty good. Thank you for sharing, Eric. That's awesome stuff.
thanks.
So you're already learning that you want to put that in the business that you build because someone's done it for you. For me, it was the Washington Hilton. Every time we go, I mean, the people are just amazing. The hotel itself is just really old, if you ask me. Nothing special about the hotel. The rooms are small, but they keep them really clean. It's immaculate when you walk in the room. But the people, if you need anything, you just turn around, somebody's smiling at you. And it's almost like something I learned long ago in the hospitality industry. It was a chef, general manager actually that taught me. He said, yes is the answer, what's the question? That has stuck with me my whole career. Yes is the answer, what's the question? And every time I've been to that hotel, it's almost like, hey, just ask the question, we're going to take care of it. Just ask me. I don't care what it is, we're going to take care of it. We're going to find a way to take care of you. And so that is hospitality. That is going way above service, but that is service that is turned into hospitality. And now we see that although they have a difference, they go hand in hand, right? One
Hey,
creates for the other. So
Chef,
anybody
just to
else?
let you know,
We got
probably time to take that break. Instead of 15, we'll go 10 minutes. So
Okay.
that'll give you at least 25 minutes to finish up.
Okay. That's great. So we're gonna go 10 and
Other way.
All right, cool.
You're scrolling backwards. Scroll the other way.
I'm where I need to be. So brain break right there.
Yes, sir. All
All
right.
right, cool.
You
So we
you do
got
not
10.
have to have your camera on. You know, you
Way to
can
end. Good job.
Yep, you can take 10 quick minutes. You know, use the bathroom, get you some water. You don't have to stay, your camera's on. Just got to take this quick break and then we will be back. Let's see, what is it? 7:23 your time, 6:23 our time. So we'll be back at 6:33, sorry, 7:33 Eastern, 6:33 Central Time. All right.
All right.
Thank you,
Cool.
guys.
I gotta get through the second part.
So as we wait for Chef Roberson to return to finish the last part of the lesson, I would like to say hello to a student that just joined the group, Miss Kayla Briggs. Kayla, are you there by any chance? I'd love for you to come on, come put your video on, explain to us, who you are, why you wanted to be a part of this boot camp, and something unique about yourself that we would not have known. Are you available to come off? If not, just put it in the chat.
Hello, I'm Michaela. I'm excited to be here with you all. I decided to join this program because it'll help my further education, so for the my career choices for the future. So
Excellent. Can we see that wonderful smile and that beautiful face?
I wasn't prepared, sorry.
I love the honesty. I love the honesty. Not a problem at all. Chef, I will turn it back over to you.
All right.
Kayla, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. And Chef, back to you.
Thank
All right,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry I ran into a technical difficulty. But right before we took our brain break, I just wanted to quickly go over the two segments of the hospitality industry. And there are commercial, restaurant, food service segment, which is 80% of our segment of our industry, and then our non-commercial food service segment, which is 20% of our industry. You'll go deeper into this with Chef Baker. However, I wanted you to know this because when we look at hospitality industry, you need to start thinking about which direction you want to go. And so in that commercial, it's restaurants, catering, banquets, retail, stadiums, cruise ships. In non-commercial, it's school, universities, like contract theaters, healthcare facilities, business industry, private clubs, and then you have your government buildings that need food service. So that's good to know because later I'm going to show you, I'm going to share a website with you all. I shared with Chef Blossomgame earlier about looking at jobs and careers, what it's going to take. Even if you want to be an owner one day, you're going to have to work until you get to ownership. So, but what is needed for a successful career in any hospitality, food service driven industry? So I'm going to ask Mr. Elijah real quick because he's got such a handsome face. He looks like he loves answering questions. Mr. Elijah, what kind of skills do you think you need to be successful in the industry?
I think you need for my first thing, you need to care about what you're doing. You gotta have urgency to help the people in your, let's say your bar, for instance, and you're the owner, and you have to have that urgency to help people, make sure you're taking care of the food in the back and the drinks at the front. You gotta care about that and have an urgency.
Okay, so if you're in the restaurant industry and hospitality, if you're in the so you got to have some type of empathy and know and understand how to care for people, right? Mm-hmm. And then those are what we would call soft skills, right? Being able to work with people skills. And then CC, did you want to add to it? You look eager to add something. You were ready to.
I would just say be passionate about what you want to pursue.
What could you repeat that for me, please?
Be passionate about what you want to pursue.
Passionate about it. Oh man, that's a great skill to have too. All right, so that's another soft skill. And then Eric, you also mentioned, thank you, CC, you also mentioned some of the hard skills, the technical skills that we have to have. So we have to have hard skills, soft skills. Tonight, I want to hone in on your soft skills because as high schoolers, there's one thing that we don't talk a lot about is having the soft skills to succeed. right? Because you're gonna go look for a job, you're gonna go to college, probably have to wait tables or something, put yourself through college. You know, you get some scholarships, you still want some money in your pocket if they don't give you enough. Quick, easy way, food service industry, right? Make some good money. So what we want to talk about is our soft skills. What are the skills we need to succeed in any walk of life? And that's what we're going to hit next. And we're going to watch this video real quick, and then we're going to discuss it.
Have you ever treated a broken bone, replaced a transmission, umpired a baseball game, installed an air conditioner? We all have job-specific skills, skills that may have taken years of education and training to acquire, but they aren't the only ones that make us successful. Look at it another way. Have you ever not been hired for a job even though you had all of the required skills? Have you ever been laid off, even though you had the same experience as others who kept their jobs? More often than not, our personalities and our ability to work well with others are what set us apart. In fact, when it comes to making hiring decisions, employers emphasize soft skills over technical training and know-how. Most employers would rather have a worker who is dependable, honest, and a team player than someone with an advanced degree but no people skills. Your soft skills, such as your ability to manage conflict, communicate well, and solve problems, are your keys to being successful on the job. In this video, we'll address the top soft skills that impact on-the-job success. As you watch the video, think about which soft skills will be most beneficial in your line of work. While you may already possess most of these important attributes, there are probably one or two you can improve. Having effective soft skills will benefit you no matter what direction your career takes. We all know you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. What we sometimes forget is that we have to continue making a positive impression every day. Each time you show up for work, you make an impression on your supervisor, coworkers, customers, and clients. Are you the kind of person who can be counted on to show up every day? Do you act professionally at all times? Do you manage your time well? These are questions of professionalism, doing your job in a timely manner with respect to those around you, and they're the kinds of questions employers consider when deciding who to hire. Most employers will value a positive attitude and a strong work ethic over experience. In fact, 9 out of 10 employers consider professionalism to be one of the most important traits they look for in employees. What does it mean to be professional? Well, for starters, it means dressing appropriately. Not everyone wears a suit to work, but we still have to pay attention to our appearance. In some cases, that may simply mean complying with a company dress code. In others, it may mean wearing a uniform. In all cases, it means understanding your company's culture and expectations and working to meet them. Being professional is about more than just looking the part. Like most soft skills, professionalism comes across in your actions, attitudes, and behaviors. Being courteous, for example, using please and thank you, showing up on time, offering a firm handshake when you introduce yourself, responding quickly to emails and phone calls, and avoiding personal business on company time. These are just some examples of how professionals in any business handle themselves.
Just so you know, I have another meeting at noon, so I hope this doesn't take too long.
I understand. I'm so sorry for the delay. Unfortunately, my business partner has all the presentation materials. I'm sorry, do you mind if I just call for 1 second? I'm so sorry.
15 minutes late. All right. Hey, how you doing? Callie, is it?
No, it's pronounced Kaylee.
Right. All right. So where were we? Sorry, hold on. Supporting me 1 second. Hey, how you doing, man? No, you catch me a bad time. What's up? Yeah, you get my message? Yeah, it's tonight. Courtside. Yeah, courtside! All right, buddy. All right, I'll see you tonight. Bye. All right, sorry about that. So where were we?
We were waiting on you.
So I was very impressed with that video simply because of the last scene. Something I've seen play out time and time again in a professional environment. So very quickly, Christian, what did you think about the last scene in that video?
I think it showed how like unprofessional he was being, and it showed also how you can't, like, how to act and how to not act in a professional setting.
So let me ask you a question, Christian. Have you ever been to a business or been somewhere and you saw someone or experienced someone acting as professional or unprofessional as that?
Well, every time I'm in a business setting or I've been in a business setting, let's say I was at a hotel and they were acting a certain type of way because the hotel was very high. It was 5-star rating type, you know? And
Right.
I would find the culture. I'd say, okay, they're dressing nice, you know, they're really well spoken, they're using their manners, they're opening the doors, you know, things of that nature. They're not loud, they're soft spoken, they know what they're doing. I think that's professional. And I've been around a setting where it's been unprofessional in a professional setting, and it was very uncomfortable and it felt out of the ordinary because it wasn't the culture that was being expressed.
That's good. That's good. I like the fact you use the word culture. So I think in the hospitality industry, to be successful, one of the things that you all can cultivate as high schoolers going on to college and career choices is building that culture of soft skills. And so in doing so, you know, I just put together another slide that I will drop into your Google Classroom. And it just kind of hits on that. What do you need to work with? You know, too many times, because I work at a career tech environment, one of the things that we talk about is a lot of our kids, we want to see them life ready, right? We want I think the whole purpose of us doing this whole SOAR class and virtual class for you all is to not only see you career ready, but to see you life ready, like ready to tackle life at any stage, right? So if you need to go for a job interview tomorrow, you need to understand some of these things. So I know you can read there. I'm not going to read all of them to you because our time is short. But, you know, just having that professional handshake and being able to make eye contact with people and having writing skills, I think one of the biggest things that I would ask you, I'm going to ask someone in the class, if you were have to make professional communication with a teacher, right? How would you do that? Like you needed them to change a grade or fix a grade. What would be your mode of talking to that teacher if you had to email them? You know, how would you address them? Anybody want to tackle that one in their professional communication? Because one of the things that's our top 10 soft skills is communication, which involves listening and speaking, right? So who wants to address that question real quick? If I had to email a teacher or a boss, how would I address them? That's a tough one.
You would first call them Miss or Mr.
Yes.
And you will be very polite.
I would if I wanted to get something done. Correct. So you wouldn't believe who just answered the question for me because I couldn't see. It was Eric?
Hunter.
Hunter? Well, Hunter. So you wouldn't believe how many times I've had as an adult, a student email me and open up with, hey, or just tell me what to do. And I explain to all my classes, if, you know, in the beginning, we talk about one of the first classes that we have is professional communication, because I want everybody to be able to communicate with everyone the same. So in this field that you all are going into or choosing to go into, you have to understand communication. So addressing people by their name, Mr. or Mrs., or, you know, hey is not someone's name. So That is a great skill to have. So you see them there, I will give them to you. But it's really something that you can work on each and every day. It begins with your family, with your friends, your teachers, and everybody you encounter. So it really, being in this industry takes a very forgiving spirit, and you got to move past problems very quickly. This is a link that I'm going to give you, and I think that you'll probably have to come back on, one of those open class days, and Chef Blossingame or myself, I could jump in and show you how to navigate this, because it really just is going to take you to the National Restaurant Association, and it's going to show you all these careers. And then I want to kind of ask the question, once you look at it, you look at some of the careers, you'd have to ask yourself, well, what skill set do I have? What in my arsenal right now do I have? Like, it's one of the questions I ask in my classroom. What's in your toolkit right now? So if I were to ask all of you to tell me one thing, if we were to talk about soft skills, give me one soft skill that you possess right now that you know you're good at, and that's in your tool chest that you can use every day. What would be the one that you could pull out? Is it good communication? Is it leadership? Is it empathy? Being able to feel the need of someone else's needs. So anybody care to answer that one?
One of mine is the main thing I would pull out was that I know I'm good at personally is helpful. I like to be helping people. I like to help people a lot.
So you're like service oriented and teamwork.
Yeah.
So teamwork is an awesome soft skill, because have you ever been in a group at school and there was no team going on? It was just work.
Well, well, I'm homeschooled, so I wouldn't know. But the one thing that I do know for teamwork related stuff is me and my brother used to do this bowling league, and it was just teamwork. It was all about teamwork, not who's gonna get the best score. Just about teamwork and having fun.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
So those are tangible items that will help you be successful, not just in hospitality and service, but in any walk of life. You plan on being a hairdresser, you got to have great people skills, right? Because you're going to have to address problems, concerns, and happy people. So helping happy people is easy. It's the people that aren't happy that are the ones that give us the biggest challenge in life, right? So one of the things that we're not going to do this because I think you did it in the first part, is in our quest for people skills is having a positive experience. And in the video, they talked about you never get a second chance to make a great first impression. How does that make you all feel when you hear that? Like, you never get a second chance to make a great first impression. Because I used to hear that as a young person. I'm like, I had a thought about that. So as a young person, how do you feel about that statement? Anybody care to answer that?
It kind of makes me upset if I didn't make a first impression, because then it messes with the way I would work, basically.
Right. Anybody else out there care to help me out? Give me another answer, how they would feel? That was one. Who else we got? No, we got more than one student.
I'd say that it made me feel like if somebody did have that first impression where it was like horrible, I probably wouldn't want to go back there. So it would make me actually feel like I need to like improve it. So I need to practice on like my so
right. So in our soft skills, one of the things that we have to work on is making sure that we always make a great first impression on people, because people are unforgiving, right? They'll always remember what they see and hear the first time, and they start making decisions about us when we walk up, how we dress, how we look. They say never judge a book by its cover. However, that's not true in a professional environment. People are watching you. They're looking. And so they're making decisions about who's going to get hired and who's not going to get hired the minute you walk in the building, by how you dress, how you carry yourself, how you talk, how you walk. And so my thought used to be when I was younger, well, people will forgive you. You can always get a second chance. Not with some people. And so you can lose out a lot if you don't hone that one skill of ensuring that you are always on your P's and Q's, right? You're always crossing your T's, dotting your I's, putting a period at the end of every sentence when you go out. And the way I explain it is that every student that I know, you're not going to leave home without brushing your teeth. You're just not going to do it. If you have opportunity to brush your teeth, you're going to brush your teeth, period. Because that's something that you need to take care of. It's a hygiene thing. And so I tell people all the time, so if that's one of the most important things in the world for you, then you got to think of everything else as important as, hey man, I brush my teeth every morning, I gargle. I got to make sure my shirt is straight, my shoes are straight, my pants are straight, and brush my teeth. That's how straight everything has to be. And then I have to go, and when I start speaking, guess what? Everything that comes out of my mouth has to be professional. So those are the kind of skills that you have to have. So my next question is why, as we get ready to wrap up, I don't know, Chef Blossom Game might give me an extra couple minutes here. So we get ready to wrap up. I want you to think about your why before you go. Why? Why would you want a career in the restaurant industry or food service industry or hospitality industry? Why would you want to be in a hotel career? Why would you want to be in a chef? I mean, what really drives that? Because in this industry, even learning about the industry and understanding that, hey, this is a tough industry. You got to have all these skills, these soft skills. You got to be able to deal with people. If I don't understand my why at the end of the day, somebody could run me off from this, right? So my why has to be very strong. So I don't want you all to answer me today about your why. I want you to email me your why. That's going to be your homework. So I got it up on the screen. And so you can look at the soft skills that we talked about. And just two things I want you to address in your homework for me is why and how do your soft skills fit into if you had a career in your career choice, like where you're going, how will that play into helping you be successful? So your email should start off with a heading, an introduction, a greeting, hello, like in the intro line, hello, my why, and then it should be a heading. That's the heading, and then a greeting, hello, Chef Rob, and then your body, and then a closing salutation, sincerely. Sincerely what your name is. And you can send that to my school email. And so what I did is I'll see how to drop these in your Google Classroom, but I gave you a couple of bad, a good example and a bad example. Here's your subject area, personal hygiene, your name, who you want to copy, and then just very succinctly send me email about your why. Why would I want to be in this hospitality. So I put here when developing written communication, keep these points in mind. Be concise, write like the spoken word, simple and to the point while avoiding any slang. Be clear and complete. Although being brief is important, be sure not to sacrifice clarity or completeness. Always write with an upbeat attitude, even if the message needs to deliver troubling news. Make sure to include long-term benefits. So I believe that my job, my skill for service or my willingness to be helped will one day help me to have a restaurant or a successful business, because I will teach my employees how to be the best at serving others and taking care of, or I will take great care of my employees and they will take care of the people. And the people will love to come and eat at my restaurant, not because the food is good, because the service and hospitality is second to none. And then they like the food, right? Because a lot of places I go to eat, the food, is not better than mine because I can cook. Honestly, I go because they have great hospitality and service. I know I'm going to get taken care of. And so, yeah, I'm not really worried about grammar, like spelling and things like that. But just the body, and you address those two things, right? So I did have a game for us to play, but I think we're out of time because it's right at 8 o'clock. There you go, Chef.
All right, thank you so much.
So any questions before we go? Man, that goes by fast.
It does.
Sorry,
Any questions from our scholars?
I'm used to having a 3-hour class, guys. I'm so sorry.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Well, so earlier you had stated something about a Google Classroom. Since I wasn't here earlier, do you have like the code for the Google Classroom?
Chef Blossom Game and those guys are going to send you a message and get that information to you. I don't have it.
All right, thank you.
Myself, but they're going to take care of you on that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice. Any other questions from our scholars before we wrap up for tonight? All right. So while I address you guys, Chef, I was going to ask if you could drop your email into the chat for the students. I know it's on the screen, but you
yes,
can.
ma'am. I will. I'm going to get out of this share.
Okay.
And
drop it there, because I know some friends like to copy and paste, and they can just start working on that assignment right now. Scholars, please don't log off yet. After every class, we ask for you to please fill out a survey letting us know how you felt about the class. So I will also drop that in the chat. 1 second. It's not a long survey. Be as honest as possible. It helps us. This feedback helps us, so we know how we can provide and make things better for you guys. So this is the link to the survey here in the chat. So please fill out that short survey for us. Once you fill that survey out, you are free to log off. We will see you guys. Thank you so much, Chef. The email also here. Yes, I see it.
Okay.
The email is also here in the chat for those of you who want to copy and paste it right now into an email or into maybe your contacts, so you have it. Remember, we will see you guys again on Thursday at the same time.
Thank you all for being a wonderful class, all your participation. You guys are marvelous, like smart, intelligent. You made it really easy.
I agree. What a way to start the first session. You guys started strong. We're super proud of you guys. And after you complete that survey, you're free to log off, and we will see you on Thursday. Remember, being on time so we can start on time, truly, truly, truly important. If you're not going to make it, please reach out to us so that we know and we can document that absence, okay? But we look forward to seeing you guys. We don't want anyone to miss out.
All right. I hope you guys learned something.
Real quick, just to reiterate what Chef Roberson said, we will be sending out an email invitation. So look out for that for the Google Classroom. because everyone needs to accept that invitation in order to be added to the Google Classroom, okay? So you'll receive an email, accept that, and then you guys will have access to the classroom.
Oh, and do not use your school emails. Got to use your Yahoo or a Gmail. Like if you have one that's attached to your high school, don't use that one. Use a personal email address for the Google Classroom.
Okay.
Chef, you're good. Yours went through, so you're okay. Yep, scholars, and once you fill out the survey, you guys can log off. Thank you again. We appreciate you so much.
I see
Y'all
one has
Thursday.
been completed. Don't log off without completing that. We're getting updates as you guys complete them. I see one has been completed so far. So you guys are working on that.
Once all the scholars have logged off, if you guys would stay on just for a quick little 5-minute recap. It might be 10 minutes, Chef Roberson, but 5-minute recap.
I'm not gonna say anything, Chef.
One team.
One dream. Ooh, that was furious.
Amazing class, amazing. I learned a lot today. Awesome stuff.
Thank you. We received that survey. Thank you, scholars. Continue completing them. I know you all not done yet.
Eric, you're still filling out the survey?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I was just writing in the feedback.
We love the feedback. You take your time. I just wanted to make sure you weren't just like sitting there done.
Yeah, no, I'm almost done. All right, I sent it. Did you get it?
Thank you.
That's it. We good?
All
Yes,
right.
I did. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for your participation, Eric.
Thank you.
You're the man.
All right, see you Thursday.
You too.
All right, good people. I'm gonna make this quick. I'm going to say that his responses are going to be epic. We have not had one student that took 10 minutes to put feedback. I love it. It's gonna be awesome. Chef, I just want to tell you, incredible class. That is how I wanted service taught. I had a teacher last year that skirted around it and knocked it out of the park, my friend. I greatly appreciate that for it.
You're welcome,
Can't wait
man.
for you to see you next summer.
Give all the glory to God, man. One team.
One dream, baby. Let's go.
Amen. Let's go. So,
Cassie, will you make sure that we share with Chef David so he can give the scoring system for the youth as far as they participated? Make sure everybody's names is on the list and things of that nature. And you remember that rubric we had for each class, Chef? You can just go through and give them points accordingly.
okay. Got you.
Excellent, excellent. Any other feedback that we hop off? That's all I
Very
wanted.
smart children, man. They're heading.
Yeah, this is a smart group.
Yep.
Awesome. Yes.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, thank you guys so much. And thanks for kicking it off, Chef. Great job.
Yes. Thank you so much, Chef. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
great
very
class. Thank you.
much. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you so
guys.
much.
I was super nervous. Appreciate the encouragement. I do. I get nervous for every class, so
Good
don't.
tell.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that tidbit about the pineapples in the beginning. I had no idea.
Uh-huh.
We found love for pineapples.
Yeah. Pretty cool. All right. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity. And anything else you all need, just let me know. I'm here for you all.
Thank you,
Definitely.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.